So the biggest thing we can learn from the situation with JK Ultra and Alex Reads Tarot, if you don't know, it's two huge spiritual influencers who have retracted their beliefs. JK Ultra came out and she retracted all of her beliefs, which was so much worse than Alex Read Tarot, because Alex Read Tarot just came out and reverted back to Christianity. JK Ultra came out and dismissed millions of people's of reality. So the biggest lesson we can learn from this is that this is not a numbers game, and that you need to be very discerning on who you're following, and that just because somebody has a lot of numbers on their platform does not mean that they know more than you. And I've been saying this a lot to people. And the reason why I want to say this to people is because I see it. Because I follow you guys. Because I watch your content. And I'm like, you guys have such divine wisdom and knowledge. You guys are so advanced as far as your souls go. You guys are incredible at holding dualistic mindsets. You guys are aligning yourselves to God every fucking day. You guys are like so intelligent. You guys have so much beautiful intuition. And some of you guys have like 300 followers. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I am talking a lot about this, because I want you to recognize within these people that are falling back to the matrix. I want you to recognize how you're not right now. And how that means that you carry more wisdom than these people with these big numbers. Because this is the issue, is when stuff like this happens and these big people, come out and they're like, oh, I was wrong about everything. Then this is where you're being challenged right now. God is trying to sow seeds of doubt into your beautiful little garden that you have cultivated. God challenges us, guys, on purpose, because he wants to see if we will keep these beliefs or not. And as you can see, he's deeply challenging these two women right now, and whatever he's challenged them with, they are not able to sustain or hold this mindset, and that is because the programming is so strong down here. That's what this is trying to teach us, is how strong the programming actually is, and again, why open contact needs to occur. Because there are people within this community that cannot even maintain these beliefs, even if they've had them for years. And I've talked about, I think it's the fear of disappointment that is really driving these women. Also, JK Ultra, I think she's in a patriarchal relationship with her husband, and he's suppressing her. And, I've been clocking her patterns for a year. So, that's why, with Alex Reads Tarot, I don't follow her. I've never really resonated with her tarot reading. She's not a reader I follow. But she literally got mentioned in a Hayley Williams song, and she's the lead singer of Paramore. And so that was a big deal in the spiritual community when that happened, because it was bringing awareness to this community. And now to see that exact creator, lead people back into Christianity, what it's doing is it's splitting off the timelines. So last year we had Charlie Kirk and we had Taylor Swift, and I lost a lot of comrades during that time on my platform. I had a bunch of people who followed me for my entire journey that I had to end up blocking, because their beliefs were so discoherent that they were projecting onto me. And saying like terrible things to me, like, you don't know what you're talking about, and Taylor Swift is this amazing person, and she's gonna lead people into awakening, and people crying over Charlie Kirk, which pissed me off so fucking bad. You guys, if you've been following me, you guys saw how I handled those situations. That was back in October-ish. Now, here we are at another precipice of splitting off the timelines. So there are people that are going to take those timelines with these women. But if you're not, this is another thing where it's like that. I talk about how we're like in a clock, and like all the locks have to like line up. You guys are like lining up your clock clicks. You're lining up those clicks there into alignment with God. You're staying on the correct timeline. You're staying in alignment. Even with these big influencers coming out and, saying like, don't believe this stuff, you're still choosing not to do that, right? And if you're not, that's what you should be doing. You should be holding on to your beliefs and don't let anybody shake them, including me. That's what I want to say to you people, is that I hope you take what resonates and what doesn't with me. I'm not always 100% accurate. I don't always know what I'm talking about. I am also trying to figure this out. And so I don't want people to feel bad if there are things that I say that you don't resonate with. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's probably a good sign, you know, because you're your own individual person who has their own individual beliefs, and you need to honor that no matter what I'm saying. So sometimes I know I come into your reality to test you as well. Will you believe me over yourself? I hope you always believe yourself over me. Now, what I do is I present evidence as to why you should believe me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really my channels. I'm like, here's my life experience, so this is why you should believe me, kind of a thing. Where these people are coming out and they're like, just believe me or don't, you know, kind of a thing. Or they're saying the reason why you should believe me is because I've been in spiritual psychosis with JK Ultra. That's essentially what she alluded to. You know, I've talked about this a million times and I'm never going to shut up about it. But I'm like, this is so crazy. Do you see how like this happens? So like last year with Charlie Kirk, it was like there's a bunch of stuff that happened. It wasn't just Charlie Kirk. I can't remember what happened, but it was like it was all within like the same like couple weeks. It was kind of very similar stuff kind of happened. Now it's the same thing. So God always is presenting these timelines. So this is another gigantic shift right now in the collective towards new earth, towards 5D, towards alignment, towards awakening. So people who like take that route with JK Ultra and Alex Ruiz Tarot, you guys are diverting back into oppression. It's like when people like felt bad for Charlie Kirk, you know, and like talked about gun reform instead of talking about him being a fucking bigoted asshole, you know, and like having all this sympathy for him when he literally like oppressed millions of people. You know, I was all pissed about that shit. And, you know, now I have a dualistic state where I'm like, it's so sad because I feel like me and Charlie, like, would have gotten along in New Earth and I could have really helped him at some point. So it makes me very sad that he did pass away. Like, I'm not saying to not have empathy or sympathy for things, but I don't have empathy or sympathy for him because he was a father. You know, that's like what people are saying. Oh, he's a dad. Like, oh, all this shit. I don't know. Anyway, that situation made me so mad. So see, like, I'm not even like, I'm not like this, like, diplomatic, perfect person who's always, like, happy or, like, always, like, whatever, you know. No, I get angry and pissed off and I'm judgmental. For sure. I mean, that's something that I'm working on, and there's a lot of good downloads and stuff that have, like, helped me with that. But that, I'm not here to be perfect, you know. We're not here to, we're here to call shit out. We're here to call shit out so we can evolve. We need to evolve as a collective, and that's what I want to say to people is this is serious. This is like not a joke. Like this is like this. Our neural pathways are damaged deeply. Our souls, our minds, our bodies are damaged from this system to an extent that it's going to take 10 to 20 years to heal and fix. And that's why the 1111 on the clock, as they say this, that's why the aliens have to come down and help us. They have to. We have no choice. We are far too gone. And it just gives me more proof, too, that open contact is going to occur because it shows how difficult this is, even for people in the spiritual community who've been doing this for years. So little Miss, you know, Betsy Lou, who lives in Kentucky and has, you know, never gone outside her hometown, is going to fucking collapse. Do you see what I'm saying? Like how hard this is going to be for people? So we need, like, advanced technology, not just for, like, you know, the evolution, but literally for people's, like, nervous systems and brains and stuff. And that's why, like, that's why we just need it. We just need it so bad, guys. Again, there's just no way as humans we're going to be able to do this because, like, if we could be able to do this as humans, like, we'd have to be completely coherent in the spiritual community alone. Like, we'd have to be a gigantic unit of, like, unstoppable, like, force in our thoughts, you know? And we can't. We're watching huge comrades. I feel like I've watched like I'm in like the back, you know, a little bit, and they're like the front lines, and they've just gotten like taken out. Like that's how I feel. Like I'm in like war right now, and that's like what I've been talking about. We're in a mental battle, like spiritual war. We are. It is like spiritual like warfare, but it's like it's just your thoughts and it's just your beliefs and it's just cohering your frequency outside of the matrix and out of oppression, not back into it. And you do that by overcoming your limiting beliefs and actually believing in this stuff. It's revolutionary to believe in this stuff right now. So a lot of you guys are new earth leaders. You guys who might not even have any fucking content right now are the new earth leaders. And God's trying to show you that because you are staying aligned. So we are the ones who are, you know, I don't know how, like, we're the ones who are, like, getting closer and closer to alignment. Do you know what I'm saying? So that means we're just going to be ready sooner. So we have bigger roles.